A steady sound of flapping wings slowly grows in the distance. What's up, humans? It's time for more patch notes. It's been like 50 years since I made a video, but I'm still alive, I promise. To be honest, I wasn't expecting there to be a patch for quite a while, considering most of the people at Cryptic are working from home, like everyone should be if you have that opportunity. But there was actually a decent-sized patch this week, and I missed out on making the video yesterday because I wasn't expecting it to happen already. Like, PC does not normally get a patch on Tuesdays. So, today, we're going to go through everything that has been updated. Well, not everything. I'm only going to talk about the important things, so if you care about everything, then you can go use your eyeballs in the description. In the expeditions, the Lord of Regret, Bartok, no longer makes regrettable charges off cliffs. Get it? Because he's the Lord of Regret and he regrettably charged off the cliff and stuff? Ha ha ha, funny. The event calendar is now populated beyond March 26, and that means that if we look at it, we can see that the Hell Pit event is scheduled to run in May. So it is not a once-a-year event, it's looking like it's going to be a twice-a-year event, assuming it goes like May, November, so it should take 2 years to get the Legendary Mount. Yay! I was hoping it would only be 1 year, unless they're going to run it like November, May, July, and then November again. I don't know, but I really want that mount. So in Valenhos, the quest where you needed to collect the devil fragments for Simon now actually gives you the family crest and chaotic writings as a reward, instead of not doing that. Nothing like doing a quest and not getting paid for it, right? The same thing applies to the perverse engineering quest. And unfortunately, there are fewer places where you can stand on air. I mean, to be honest, standing on air is a pretty cool skill, and I don't appreciate that being taken away from me, thank you. Also, some enemies have been excavated from beneath the ground. Maybe they had coronavirus. I think they should stay down there. I don't know about you guys, but I think to be safe, they should quarantine themselves down there. There's so many jokes about this, and it's not even a funny situation. Okay, so Barbarian, Ranger, and Rogue had some changes made to them. Not a lot, just a couple changes. Oh, and Paladin too. One thing for Paladin. One thing for Barbarian, one thing for Paladin. So Barbarian's Mighty Vitality class feature retains its effect whenever you move between maps now instead of falling off. And the Paladin's Oathkeeper Paragon, the Timely Intervention feature, now actually gives the large heal instead of the shield if you're using Divine Touch with it. Now, Rangers can no longer heal allies that are downed, like laying on the ground almost dead. So apparently Rangers could resurrect dead people for a while. That's a pretty cool skill too, to be honest. And Rogues, the Whisper Knife Paragon, had a couple of changes that I would consider to be more major than the other ones that I just said. So Disheartening Strike doesn't reduce the target's defense by 5,000 anymore, and instead it just increases the damage the target takes from physical and projectile damage by 5%. So basically, it's a debuff for the enemy that they will take 5% more damage. And Shadow Strike, also in the Whisper Knife Paragon, had its magnitude increased to 550, and its added effect was changed to increasing the damage the target takes from physical and projectile attacks by 5%. So these are two debuffs now that Whisper Knife has for 5% more damage of each. I don't know if they stack together to make 10%. Somebody smart can figure that out. I'm not one of the smart people. I will freely admit that. Okay, now companions. Companion passive powers are banned in PvP. I mean, they've always been banned in PvP, but they still sometimes worked, and now they're consistently not working in PvP, which is good, because we don't want that in PvP. At least the devs don't. I don't know if the players care about that. I don't pay attention to PvP stuff. The Green Slime Companion has an Acid Aura power, just in case you didn't know, and it always did 0 damage, and now it doesn't deal 0 damage. It deals more than 0, so it could do 1 damage, but it deals more than 0 now. The Owlbear's Presence power is no longer procced by Thunderhead enchantment, and the Wayward Wizard Companion's Chilling Cloud power deals more than 0 damage now. That's been an issue for like a year, because whenever I was leveling a new character in one of my live streams, I noticed that the Wayward Wizard always did 0 damage. And that was a long time ago that I noticed that, but it's fixed now. Okay, now a couple of item powers were changed, one of which being the Butcher's Zeal. I don't know which piece of gear that's on. I feel like I should know that, but I don't. But anyway, it gives you 1% action point gain instead of 0.1% action point gain. I feel like it's on a shirt or pants or something, but I don't know. And the Dark Ritual Robe, the one that power that drops the health orbs on the floor, you can now pick them up if you're stealthed. Because for some reason, being stealth made it so that you could not pick up health orbs from the floor. Okay, Sun Elf, Halfling, and Moon Elf's racial bonus, the one that gives you crowd control resistance, now actually shows up in the character sheet. Okay, now on to, like, enemies and stuff or something. The Succubus and Incubus enemies cast Charm less frequently. Everybody hates Charm. At least all the players hate Charm anyways. I mean, the Succubi and the Incubi, is that the plural form of those words? I'm not sure. But they probably like it, but being charmed sucks. And also, those same two enemies don't have a chance to just stand still for a second or two during combat. You're not allowed breaks around here. No lunch breaks. Cradle of the Death God. Everybody knows the whole crisis that was going on there for a long time. Supposedly, they addressed the crashes and immense lag and stuff in the elevator there, so hopefully that should not be happening anymore. But I have not been in there to actually find out. Then again, I never had any issues to begin with. I think it was just people with certain graphics cards and PS4 people who were having those issues, but hopefully it should be all better now. In the Infernal Citadel, the Hellfire Engine's Crowd Mortar no longer swaps between targets during its attack sometimes. So basically what that means is it's no longer like squirrel and goes off to do something else instead of doing the thing that it's supposed to be doing, you know? Okay, and also in the Hellfire Engine fight, the engine malfunction power now actually kills characters instead of putting them in the near-death state. So it's permadeath if that happens to you. In Tomb of the Nine Gods, the Potion Room. The effects of those polymorph potions now last 2 minutes instead of 24 hours. Now, I'm actually mildly disappointed by this because it was fun sometimes to pick up a potion and then skip the trap and leave the room and walk around as a spider for the rest of the dungeon. So I'm a little bit upset about that, but my level of upsetness is like 2 out of 100. So it's just like that mild, like, oh, I can't have that fun anymore. That sucks. And then you move on with your life, you know? Now, a couple things were changed with general, like, items and stuff. So apparently fighters couldn't eat anniversary ham. I don't know if they were like allergic to pork products or if they were Jewish. Is it what is it's not Jewism, is it? That religion where you're not allowed to eat pork? Maybe they were that, but they're allowed to eat ham now, so it's fine. So supposedly the rewards in Master Expeditions are not supposed to be split across the party. I just kind of assumed that was how it was supposed to go. But this line says, the rewards given by Master Expedition chests have been tweaked in an attempt to fix the issue where Astral Diamonds and Refinement Points are split across the party. So to me, that means that it wasn't supposed to do that, and you should just get the amount you're supposed to get. Makes sense to me. Next up, Vanity Pets cannot be summoned in boats anymore because that would make them run underwater, and that's very unsafe. And PETA is going to be called because that is very unethical and they will drown. Guess what, guys? You can now buy enchantments in bulk, up to 99. Just pay separate processing and handling. They did not apply this to overload enchantments or weapon and armor enhancements, by the way. Guess what, guys? Iku's Titivated Lion now has actual insignia bonus combinations. Insignia combinations to make an insignia bonus, because it didn't have a bonus before. So yeah. Okay, just the last couple things. Dragonborn characters now wear pants during character creation because the developers want to reduce the freedom of these Dragonborn characters. They won't let them make their own decisions not to wear pants. Also, they fixed a bunch of other crashes too. And lastly, but certainly not leastly, the maximum field of view has been reduced. It was supposed to go into effect whenever they added the slider for field of view. Where is it? Field of view. The maximum field of view is now 80, and I apparently have it on the maximum. Wait, so if you use the field of view that was larger than 80, you can't use it anymore. That kind of sucks, to be honest, because I kept it at 80 at default, and then whenever I would go into Tom, I would increase it so that I could actually see what was going on. But it says that the goal of this change is to reduce the pressure on players to make the game look less readable for the benefit of being able to see more at once. And then we'll keep an extra eye on feedback in case there are mechanics that become significantly more difficult with a lower maximum. I personally feel like that change was completely unnecessary and just takes away even more freedom from the people who play this game, because there are people who like to see everything. And if I'm in Tom, I find it very difficult to figure out where I'm supposed to go, like whenever in the third phase specifically, to know which side of the map, which corner of the map to go on, without it. Because I have a hard time finding him, and by the time I find him, he's already done his signal to know which side of the map you're supposed to go on, and then I just die. Which is why I would increase my field of view to make that a little bit easier, and now I can't do that. So the game's basically like, get good, lol. Okay, so that's actually everything for today. This video is probably pretty long, I don't really know. But one last thing, make sure you wash your hands. If you haven't washed your hands recently, go do that right now, I'll wait. But for real, wash your hands. And don't sneeze and cough on people because that's gross. Wise words of Silver. Alright. I'm done. Thanks for watching or listening or whatever. Hope you guys have a great day. Stay safe, stay warm. Don't panic. Don't hoard all the toilet paper. And wash your hands. And with that, I will see you next time. Okay, bye.